All right, let's go. Let it rock. Okay, ready? All right, let's do this. What's up, guys? Welcome back. My name is Jeff from the owner of RDR Gear here in Salt Lake City, Utah. And before we get into this beautiful Nighthawk in front of me, let me tell you a little bit about what we do here at RDR Gear. One, we're a soft goods manufacturer. We specialize in two-piece belt systems, EDC belts, plate carriers, chest rigs, bags, pouches, placards, canine gear, and most of all, importantly, our Safariland holster modifications to help you guys run pistols like this in Safariland holsters when Safariland themselves does not offer a 5-inch 2011 duty holster, which you'll see in the video today, one of our modified platforms for this pistol here. This is the TRS Comp from Nighthawk, the Tactical Ready Series pistol. This is a phenomenal gun. So the TRS Comp is the first 2011 pistol platform that Nighthawk has produced. If you know, Nighthawk has cut their teeth and made themselves famous with building single stack 1911 pistols. The TRS Comp is the first pistol from them in the 2011 platform, which is a wide body 2011. And if you guys don't know at home watching, first time, maybe single action pistol shooters or pistol connoisseurs, a 2011 has a grip module, a frame, and a slide. A 1911 has a frame and slide. So a 2011 has 3 components. The magazine is a double stack magazine, usually 17 rounds up to 24 rounds. This one here happens a OEM metal module. There are aftermarket modules as well as polymer modules. So that's something that everyone's going to be different. So this one here has a few features that I really like that are different on it. So this has the iOS system on here, which is for the red dot. All you do is pop this pin right here. The plate comes off. You can run your other iOS factory plate back on, and now you have your irons built in to the plate. So once you have this one on, 0 doesn't shift. You have everything squared away. It has a front sight built in the rear, pushing the red dot all the way back to the rear of the slide. I did not test it on this particular plate, but I bet you money there's probably a variation or one made for an SRO, which would allow you to run an SRO, which probably stop right around here. I'm assuming the SRO plate does not have the integrated iron in there. So again, that's something that you're gonna have to, but again, with Nighthawk, you have close to, I believe, last time I looked, 60 to 65 different upgrade options you can build on your pistol. You can literally build them from scratch on their website, build everything you want on there, and have a very, very solid pistol. We're going to get into some of the things that separate a one gunsmith, one gun, Nighthawk's motto, compared to, say, a production pistol, and I'll show you some information on that in a minute here. So again, this is a TRS Comp. It has a flat face trigger, full DLC coated pistol. As I mentioned earlier, full comp in the front, tritium night sight, full rail dust cover, any kind of lights you want to run. Has a very clean, very well built, oversized tactical mag release. So as the gun is locked back to the rear, new mag goes in, reach up, drop that safety, or drop that slide. Phenomenal gun. Single side safety, right side, left side only, does not have an ambi safety. As you know me, I kind of like ambi safety guns, but for this one, I can live without it. So I really do like the flat face triggers. The more I mess with them, the more I enjoy the flat face versus the curved. I just think it helps break that shot a little cleaner. This pistol is heavy. I'm not gonna lie. This is a very robust pistol, and it is a little bit heavy in regards to shooting strong hand, weak hand. Recently, I was at a Chuck Pressburg pistol class here at the farm. We did no-fail pistol, and for one iteration, I ran the TRS, and it was the iteration of shooting left hand at 25 and 15 and 20 yards. I did not do as well as I did with my Alchemy, simply due to the weight. Red dot was the same, no comp, which should have helped me, but this gun is a little heavy in regards to that aspect. They do have the Firehawk, which is a short dust cover and a slightly less weight. I don't know if Nighthawk will ever make these in polymer grip modules. It would be something cool to see, because I do think that having a little bit of weight reduction on this gun would make this thing just run like a champ. If in the perfect world, if I had this exact gun with maybe a polymer module I think it would be very, very, very hard to beat this pistol in any aspect. So it is very well built. When you look at these pistols, Nighthawk started back in early 2000s with some very OG 1911 builders. The motto of one gun, one gunsmith is not a joke. It's not just hyperbole from marketing factor. When you get one of these guns, you get a very robust little manual here of information. You get all of some documents, some standard, legal stuff, whatever. You get a target in the package of several targets, actually, of point of aim, point of impact targets, right? So you get those there. But what you get, and you get one here, but this has an iOS plate. So Joey is the one who shot this, and it was with the iron plate on there, and then they shot it with the RMR on it. And Joey shot this one again, but that was with RMR. This was with the irons, right, the rear sight. So you get all this documentation here, and some basic just takedown information and instructions. But what you really will show you what you're paying for is when you get the build sheet. The build sheet has one set of initials for the build. So this top portion here is the gunsmith, right? This here is the final assembly. This is the test fire, and this one here is the final inspection. So if you look at the initials, JL is the one who did all the slide to frame fit, all the actual building of the gun. This one here from MM final fitted all these components to make the final pistol. Then down here, Ed or ED, he did the test fire, and the final inspection, again, once again, was from MMM, because once the gun left his hands, it went to a test fire, it came back to the dude who had actually put the gun together, right? So when this gun goes back for its annual or whatever, I think it's 3 years, I think it is, I can't remember exactly, goes back to Nighthawk for its tune-up, one of these three dudes is still there and will do the tune-up on this gun. That is what you're paying for when you're buying basically this gun, the way I've built it out, is just over $6,000. And when you build a gun like that, it's like buying anything that's custom, a hot rod, a pair of boots, a hat, blade, whatever your thing may be. You're going back to the builder. You're going back to the person who put their expertise, knowledge, blood, sweat, tears, whatever you want to call it, into building your gun. This is not a production pistol. This was a box of parts that became a gun. That's what causes lead time. And I'll follow anything I say on Instagram, lead time is the byproduct of craftsmanship. If you think about that again, lead times are the byproduct of craftsmanship. When I put out a holster, a wrapped holster, I'm putting out the best product that I can possibly put out, because I want you to know that I'm doing it as if it was mine. That takes time. Same thing here. And when you get a pistol like this and you feel the slide to frame fit, you feel the trigger break, you feel how well the safety works, hammer drive, all those things built in, the technology that goes into building this iOS plate design, all that equals a significant dollar amount. It is much more money than a production pistol, like say a Staccato, for example. Even though both these guns are very similar, you can put a metal modular on a Staccato, but you're getting a one gunsmith, one gun built pistol versus 16 gunsmiths working an 8-hour shift, and each of those gunsmiths required to put out 6 pistols that day. If gunsmith A has been there for 10 years and gunsmith D has been there for 3 months, there's a level of craftsmanship that is going to be expected. There is going to be some kind of disconnect in the two people's work, and maybe gunsmith A goes to put part B in and says, oh, that one's no good, puts that one aside, grabs a new one, drops that in that gun, Now the gun is going to leave the way it's spec'd out to leave, where gunsmith D grabs that same shoddy part, doesn't know any better, and installs it into that gun, and then 6 months later, Joe, who got that gun, has a problem. And that's kind of where the issues come when you have production assembled pistols. So when you guys are out there looking for a Nighthawk or looking for a custom pistol, if you have the wallet to do so, this is an option for you. And when you get this gun, or your gun, you're gonna have an attachment to it. But it's all the parts you spec'd out yourself. You were able to build your Picasso before it arrived to your home. So when you look at these guns and you look at Nighthawk's history, you have a piece of history as well, in my opinion. You're buying that history, you're buying that tradition. So when you look at one of these guns and you look at the price tag, if you can afford it, do it. You work hard. This is something you're gonna keep. You'll hand down to a grandson or a grandkid or whatever case may be, but definitely it's worth it. So as always, guys, Nighthawk, one gunsmith, one gun is what you're getting. The build sheet is proof of that. So whenever you want to know about your pistol, you can call any one of these guys, give them your serial number, they'll pull up the build sheet. You can ask your questions when it goes back. The same people who gave you the TLC the first time around will give you that same TLC the second time around, and you just keep growing and collecting these pistols, and it's gonna be a great experience for you and well worth the investment. As always, guys, we make truth videos every week on gear that we review, gear that we manufacture, gear that we sell. Until next time, be well, take care.